So today we're going to talk about measurement division. Measurement division is starting with an amount of stuff and giving a fixed amount to each group and counting how many groups you could make. So the problem we are working with is 2/5 divided by 7/3. And we could put this in a question by saying I have 2/5 brownies and want to give 7/3 of a brownie to as many people as possible. How many people can I give 7/3 of a brownie to? So our next step is to write out 2/5 brownies divided by 7/3 of a brownie. So the first thing we want to do is find a common denominator. So to do this, we're going to write out each equation again. And we're going to take the denominator of the opposite fraction and multiply it by the top and the bottom. So for the 2/5, we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 3. And then for the 7/3, we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 5. So the 2/5 we would multiply by 3. And we could also take the denominator of the 2/5, which is 5, and multiply the 5 by the 7 and the 3. So this would give us 2 times 3 over 5 times 3 divided by 5 times 7 over 5 times 3. So now we can look at this in picture form. So, as you can see here, we split. To make the 2/5, we would split the box into 5 pieces and shade in 2 of the pieces. And for the 7/3, we would split them into thirds and shade 7 of them. Now, division tells us that we need to split the whole into smaller pieces we need to make our boxes have the same number of pieces. So we can use our common denominator to do this. So, to make the 2/5 have 15 pieces, we would split it into 3 more parts, as we did here. So we have 1, 2, 3 parts now in our 2/5. For our 7/3, we would want to split it into 5 more parts. As you can see, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, as you can see here, when we split it up, each whole will now have 15 equally sized pieces. And this would also help us redefine our whole as one of these smaller boxes that is shaded in. So now both of our fractions are split equally. So, we're going to focus on the numerators by writing 2 times 3 divided by 5 times 7. Now we can split this up into 2 fractions by having 2 over 5 times 3 over 7. So if you look at the original problem, it was 2/5 divided by 7/3. And now it is 2/5 multiplied by 3 over 7. So this shows how we inverted and multiplied by flipping the second equation and then multiplying straight across. So if we were to do this, it would be the 2 times 3 on the top and 5 times 7 on the bottom. So this would equal 6 over 35. And we can also show this in picture form. So we have our 7/3 and we split each one into 5 parts. So we know that our numerator is 2, so we really only care about shading in 2 of these rows, which I have shown right here. So the 2 rows out of the 5 are the part of the 7/3 groups that we originally had. Now we can count the boxes that are shaded in both colors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 will be our numerator because it is the pieces of the whole. And now we can count the rest of the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So we have 35 boxes total, which will be our denominator. So now we can see from the drawing and doing our problem that we got 6 over 35, and this shows why we can invert and multiply.